Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sandhills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. We were happy to see Sip here today because Bill tried to call yesterday and no answer.
I told you.
You're busy.
Yeah, I was busy.
The whole Monowa thing is getting to be too much for me. I'm just going to let you know that. I mean, no response, nothing back, not a text.
Well, I told you, sometimes.
And plus, at that, usually if I'm reaching out, it was in the evening, there's some sort of information that I want to either gather or share. So it's not, there's never a time I've never once been like, well, what's Marty up to? It's 7:30 at night. No, it's never happened.
7:30. Sometimes Jake knows this. I shut it down a little bit. I'm older now.
Doesn't respond a lot after
No,
7,
I tried this again on Monday, and he goes, can't talk in a loud restaurant. And I go, what loud restaurant on a Monday night are you in? And then I go, I'm fine with that because
Texas Roadhouse.
That is loud.
The chance of me being in a
Very
loud
loud
Roadhouse on a Monday
Very loud.
is zero.
Very
Zero.
loud. You've been there, though.
Texas Roadhouse is incredible.
You can't take
it
a
is
phone
loud.
call there.
It's loud there.
My favorite part about I wouldn't expect to take a phone call in a restaurant ever. No. But the best part of Texas Roadhouse is I take some things over now in the process of doing some moving. So I take some things over to Goodwill.
Yes.
And I drop my, and so when I whip over there, by 4 o'clock, that parking lot is packed.
People are waiting to get in.
Oh, yeah.
It opens at 4. People wait by 3:30 to get into Texas.
They're in line to get into Texas
incredible.
Roadhouse. If there's anyone out there,
every day,
I want to know how to get this done. I want to own, manage whatever it is, a Texas Roadhouse, and put it in North Lincoln. There's only one Texas Roadhouse.
Good idea.
And I think if I put it on North 27th,
By Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I'll just out that way.
that area,
Yeah.
I think it would go great.
Well, why don't you
I'm reaching out.
do it?
I'm reaching out right now.
You don't want to
to Texas
manage
Roadhouse.
it, by the
Okay.
way. Just own it. Do you
Some-
really want to
I
manage
kind of
it?
want to do. I want to see the people. I want to be out there.
You'd be working all the
It'd
time.
be awesome. It'd be great.
Every day.
What, you need a ribeye? I got you right here.
That's your rip.
You'd be trying to
Need
hire
some more rolls? You're
Yeah.
out of rolls.
trying to
I
hire
got you.
18-year-old kids, and they walk out the next day, and then you have to hire another one.
It'd be a lot. There'd be a lot going
Yeah.
on. All I know is this: is anytime you have a building that people are waiting to get into, how often does that happen?
Not very.
Not- no,
and
it
it's
doesn't.
every single
Where
day.
else?
Every day.
Every day they have a wait to get in at 4 p.m.
Where else? I don't want to do that, but you're right. It was busy.
We were in Orlando last year, and we go. I go. Let's just go to Texas Roadhouse. I see it. I go. I love Texas Roadhouse. Let's go there. Go there. The line's 60 deep.
What
to get to
time?
Texas Roadhouse. This is probably like at 7 o'clock. 60 deep, and right next door is
This is
another.
in Florida.
I can't think of the name of the other. Oh, you know what it was? It was Outback.
Don't say that.
It was
Ooh.
Outback was next door. Guess what? We walked right in and sat down. I mean, there was no one in line right next
At
door.
Outback.
And guess what? It was incredible. I told you that.
Thank
I
you.
like Outback.
Yeah.
Steak.
Outback was
I've
incredible.
never had a bad
and
meal
also, they'd had it.
Big fan.
It was completely redone. All granite countertop for the bar. I mean, it was incredible. Our meal was ridiculous. There were 60 people in line, and we walked right in, got our order in immediately. And then when we left, there still was no line at Outback, and there were still 60 people in line at Texas Roadhouse, and they were 10 yards apart from each other.
You still get free bread at Outback. It's just not the same rolls. It's more of the
Yeah, that's
pumpernickel.
what it is. It's the rolls.
It's different bread, but it's
At-
still
at
free,
Texas
and it's
Roadhouse.
still very good. The steaks are excellent there.
You can mess up your entire meal with those rolls. You eat
I
4
have
rolls.
before.
Yeah, everybody. I think everybody.
I
has.
watched Seth eat 10 rolls once before the meal came, and he ate like 3 bites of his food. 10 rolls,
and he ate like
and
3
and
bites
like
of his food.
and like 4 beers before the food came. He was full before the dinner even happened.
Full. I'd have to take a nap. I'd pass out.
you can't.
I have to go. I'd beat the ER. I'd have to go to the ER.
10 rolls, you would.
10 rolls and 3 beers.
No, Bill, you'd be out.
It'd be the most miserable. It would be horrific. I do just the opposite. I take the rolls to go.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good idea.
you could do that. Yeah,
because
I've never
one-
done that
yeah,
before.
have one, take the rolls to go.
That's
It's
just
hard to
that
have
is
one.
discipline, though. That's impressive, Bill. That's discipline.
Yeah.
Well, you ruin
Hard
your
to
meal.
stop.
Yeah, you ruin your meal. Yeah, you
But
don't
they
want to
taste
do
so
that.
good.
They are.
I know they do, but the bread at
But there's a
Outback's
line.
pretty
So
good.
anyone,
It is,
I'm just trying to get I'd like to open a Texas Roadhouse by Cracker Barrel. Exactly. It'd be perfect.
Can we be your first customers?
It'd be awesome. I'd want to wait on you. I'd write it down. And I'd take your order
on the
handwritten.
You got the pads over
on the
here.
pads. I'd handwritten.
Oh, you got the pads already.
Yes.
Yeah, the pads are here.
Yeah.
You already have some of your supply.
So that's how we'd operate there.
I had a moment last night.
Yeah,
I
what
want to
is
hear
that?
about
Yeah,
we had a teaser last night.
I sent you guys a text that I was in Crete last night. I sent Sip a picture.
Were you at Doan?
I sent Sip a picture because he would understand the picture. I sent you a picture of a menu from Christina's Mexican restaurant at an old Sonic building in Crete. Wonderful. And I had never been before. It was very nice. You've been there before. You've had burritos.
A few times, yeah.
I went to Crete for a reason because my wife and I were moving houses in Lincoln in early December.
Okay.
So we need a lot of packing boxes.
Oh, you went to Crete.
And my wife went on Facebook Marketplace to try to find who has, these people in Crete had a bunch of free packing boxes listed. And so we drove to Crete to get them. I get to their house, and the man's name is Anthony. His wife is Danielle. Comes out and says, "Hey, my kids want to tell you something." And the kids' name are Weston and Cooper.
Yeah. Good job on the name.
And they go, hash holes. I'm out in the outskirts of Crete. These guys had just moved back from Kansas City, from Lincoln originally.
Yeah.
And again, my wife is the one who reached out to them on Facebook, but they must have done some research, knowing I was maybe coming. They're breakers. And I got the kids without me saying anything, give me a hash hole last night.
That was incredible.
Yeah,
how old were the kids?
I'm guessing they're both elementary school. I'm going to guess Cooper is maybe 4th to 5th grade. I'm going to guess Weston is maybe 2nd or 3rd grade.
And they gave you a hash hole.
They did.
Hash
They
hole.
yelled
The power of the stool.
They yelled at me.
The power of the stool is
and
incredible.
The power of early bird.
Yeah, yes, the bird.
The power of the bird.
Early
Jamie,
bird.
are you listening to this? We've hash holes now is famous throughout the state. It's famous with dipping sauces.
We're appreciative of the early bird.
Yes, the bird.
Yeah.
So shout out to Anthony, Danielle,
Thank you,
Cooper, Weston, and Brooke.
That would have made my day.
Brooke, the daughter,
So you
but she
did
was
go
there.
to Christina's.
Yeah.
Good job.
I was disappointed. I was going to go to L's on Main. That place is closed down, apparently. Didn't know that was
L's
closed.
on Main.
There's a sports bar on the main street, and it has a beer garden outside, and the building is just empty. Sign's gone. It's dark. So I had no idea that place had closed, which made me sad. So Christina's it was.
Yeah, Christina's
I had not
good.
dined in Crete in many years, so it's nice to
I
have that
enjoy
experience.
Crete. I really do.
Do you?
Yes.
I do too. I haven't been there for a year.
Sanderson says that's the best Mexican food in this area. I don't know.
It's hard.
I'm not gonna take a shot. I mean, it was good. It wasn't the best I've ever had, but it was very good.
This is very good.
Very good.
And I don't.
I would go back.
I get the soft shell tacos there.
I got
soft shells.
I got shrimp tacos.
Oh, you did.
They were very good. Yeah, they were good.
God,
big fan.
You're living large.
So that was my trip to Crete last night.
All right, that's good.
That's
We got breakers in Crete.
Hash holes. I don't got anything else.
Nothing else from you?
No. Just pretty much a work day yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
then
I shut it down early.
And a snub day.
Oh boy, there it was.
Come on,
There it was.
I'm trying to live in the moment more.
It was fun, but one small thing which I mentioned earlier to you guys, like that I got to run into Tom Chatel.
Nice.
That was awesome. I got to catch up with him on. I was coming back from Omaha.
Who is Tom Chatel?
What's that? Omaha World Herald.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
Not everybody knows. He is the columnist.
Okay,
Yes.
I've got a report on L's on Main and Crete. What happened here?
Okay, what happened?
Apparently, L's turned into, quote, old Maine. They had a kitchen fire, so they moved to the golf course last time I heard.
Kitchen
From the
fire.
t-
Oh,
But
See,
grease
yeah,
fire.
Grease
You
fire.
drive by, and there's a beer garden outside. Like, there's an empty, vacant beer garden sitting in downtown
that always
Crete.
makes everyone sad.
We got to figure that out.
Yes.
Get that back. Bring back the beer garden to life.
When there's an empty building on a main street, it is sad.
It is. But there's
Especially
still,
in a small town.
but not one that's full of mattresses that are ready to go. That will not be
Right across the
will
street.
not be installed in their room for probably 9 to 10 months. But they're here and they carried them in and they're there. Someone got that. Whoever the person was in charge, I'll get the mattresses. When? Just don't worry about it. I'll get them there.
They're there.
Should they
Just
be there
trust us.
before we do any of the construction? I
Trust
believe
us.
so.
I don't know.
I believe so. Because it's dark right now over there. And there's not been a
Right
lot.
across the street from the ticket.
And you'll see one person going in. So I think if right now, 1 to 2 people going in to get this up and going, you're looking at 4 or 5 years. 4 to 5 years to have it up and operating.
It's been sort of a long road here.
We hope by
Well,
2030.
we got really excited. Remember, a full, like almost a year ago, at least, maybe even more.
Yep.
They tore that. They came in with the building and tore it down. Like, man, things are happening, and that was it.
Oh,
That wrapped it
It's
up.
just an empty spot now over there.
I think things will start ramping up here pretty soon. So you want to get a Texas Roadhouse out on the north part of town.
Yeah, right. I'm thinking 27. Is that where Cracker Barrel's
That would be really
Right by the interstate. You got interstate traffic coming by too.
North 27.
Incredible.
North
and
27.
Have to do that.
I mean, people right now, there's people that drive that distance over. They'll drive the 25, 30 minutes to get. Well, you had to do. So that'd be a 27 minute drive for you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a good drive.
Yeah,
It's worth the drive.
It's
worth the drive. It really is.
Yeah, it is. So
I just love the crowd. I just love the fact that you can't get in the place. You cannot get in. They're making money hand over
everybody
fist.
knows it, and they still go.
Yeah.
I would wait for an hour and a half. It's fine.
They're in line. There must be a Bluebird special. It's unreal.
very interesting.
There must be something.
I don't know, but it's loud. It's loud.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Confirm that. In terms of the playoff rankings from last night, no change in the top four. Oregon 1, Ohio State 2, Texas 3, Penn State 4, and Indiana 5. So the top five is the same. And as Bill sent this in the text message, Ohio State starting center likely is out for the season. So that left tackle and center out for the year for the Buckeyes. That's trouble as Indiana
Supposedly
waits.
lost him in practice yesterday. Yeah, I started reading about it. Then I went to actual news, and it sounds like that it's real. That he had torn Achilles or something major out for the season. That is a incredible loss. May not be the difference in the game versus Indiana, but overall, overall right now, I would imagine that would be a very tough loss if you compared that to Nebraska for if you lost Ben Scott. That would be the centerpiece is so important.
Oh my God,
it's so important. Now they have someone moving that's played center, but it's still a moving part. And so
big news.
Yeah, it's huge news. Like that, I think the college playoff stuff was huge news. I really do.
You had big moves. I mean, BYU with the loss to Kansas drops 8 spots to 14, so they're out of the picture right now.
Say that again.
BYU dropped 8 spots to number 14. They were 6th last week. They're 14th now. BYU after their loss to Kansas. Tennessee with the loss to Georgia drops 4 spots to number 11. Still in the playoff conversation right now. Notre Dame number 6, Alabama 7, Miami 8, Ole Miss 9. Georgia 10, Tennessee 11, and Boise State 12. That rounds out your current playoff picture as of the moment.
So they give the top, but then they also seed them how they would play.
Yes.
That's always different.
Right.
And they had Boise as the 4 seed.
Okay.
Get in the bye.
Get a bye.
Which would be incredible to me because I have a hard time thinking that the Mountain West Conference is more difficult than the Big 12. It's just not. Right now, the Mountain West is probably the worst it's ever been. Fresno, not good. There's no good teams really except for UNLV. Colorado State, I know, is having an undefeated season, but they're not. UNLV and Boise are the 2 teams, and Boise has a quality loss.
Yeah, Oregon,
but they don't have a quality win. They don't have a quality win, and they have them as the 4 seed ahead of the Big 12, and that's shocking to me because I still think if you had to go if you had to go through and play Arizona State, Colorado, BYU, Kansas, all these schools, that's not harder than playing New Mexico and San Jose State, Utah State. It doesn't. That does not make sense to me.
New Mexico's win over Washington State did not help Boise out. That Washington State was their best win on their schedule. They beat them 45-24 late September, and Washington State was ranked, of course, last week before the loss to New Mexico. If they had kept winning, that would really help Boise out.
Yeah.
But they lost, and that is their best win they have. They beat UNLV. It was a solid win, too. But no ranked teams they beat.
The part that's the most intriguing about the seeding is...
Just keep talking. I got to retrieve something.
If you went to the BCS system, the top is basically identical. It may be one different. The top 6 are identical. So they still do the BCS. They still do the BCS numbers, and they crunch them. And so if you took all humans out, you would have basically the same thing right now. And it's just like it's not like a bad idea. The whole idea was that humans are going to help, and I think it just makes it almost worse. I really do. When you start listening, because you have to talk out both sides of your mouth.
Yes,
you can't. When you defend one thing, you've opened up an entire another argument the other side, and it's absolutely brutal. But if you just did the BC, and the computers did the rankings right now, the top 6 are identical, and so they still do the BCS. Do you have them, Jake? The BCS rankings?
I do not.
If you look them up, it's really incredible. And then when you listen, like I said, I don't know how And they have all this committee spending all these, it's millions and millions of dollars to get this committee together. And it's really going to come out exactly the same, pretty much. And all they have to do is, because before it was like, the computers are stupid. It's the dumb. And then all of a sudden now we've added the human element. And guess what? Because right now, when everything came out, there is no one that's covering college football nationally that goes, I think they're really, everyone has a beef. Everyone has an argument. Not with Oregon. Why are they one, or why is this? But overall, they have some sort of comments with it. So I just think it's interesting. I'm not like I'm saying, it has to be BCS system, but it's just interesting that it's the same. Yeah. And so they made all these extra things. They have a spokesperson, they have a chairman, they got Ward Manuel, and it's still kind of like, wow, that's something.
That is Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Renew. Please call or text David at 402-833-3858 or go to renewyourauto.com. They do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray, and bedliners, and more at renewyourauto.com. Yesterday, we heard for the first time from Dana Holgorsen as the Nebraska offensive coordinator. Sip, you were in the room. Mm-hmm. We'll play some audio, but what was the room like yesterday compared to what it was with Matt Rule Monday or even previous weeks? Was it different?
It wasn't. I don't know that it was all that much different. It was, there was a fresh face, so it was. I was more dialed in probably because it was the first time.
That'd be kind of fun, wasn't it? You said to get it for anytime you're doing news or sports news, and there's something. You had a whole new topic. You had a whole new someone news talking. So that's new information.
I found it easier to write. Yeah. You got to write it really fast, Ben. I always tell this to Ben. You got to write fast. I had to. I literally just.
Did you excuse yourself again?
I did.
Did you?
I have to excuse myself.
Sean, I got to go.
I got my angles, Sean.
You have to do that. But no, well, what's striking about Holgorsen is you can tell he's a two-time head coach. He's very at ease at the podium. And you can see why he was a head coach. I don't put as much into the podium as I used to. Like if a guy's good at the podium, that doesn't mean he's a good coach. But he's good there. You can tell he's in command, and he was fascinating in a lot of ways.
Well,
he's very blunt.
He was asked off the bat, Dana, why did you take this job at Nebraska? Here's Dana Holgorsen's answer to that question.
I was bored. Great deal of respect for Coach Rule. We visited in December, and I didn't think it was fair to him, me, or the program to do it at that point. I was tired. I'd been through a lot and, just didn't have to do it at that point. And I didn't feel like I was ready to give it my all. I was very grateful to Sonny Dykes and TCU for being a consultant there, which kept me around the game. I was there for I think 3 weeks in camp. And then went on vacation for about 2 weeks. Came back and I was always there. I was there for 2 weeks and I was there for 2 games, and I didn't like being a part of the games because I wasn't a part of the games. All right. I was up in the head coach's suite for a game and I was on the sidelines for a game, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this part of it. If I don't have any control over it, I don't want to do it. So I would just help prep them in the beginning of the week, and then I'd go do something else. It was fun to kind of go do other things, but I was slated to go back to Fort Worth on Sunday night, and Coach Rule called, and I was like, yeah, he said, let's just come try to figure this out. I need your help. And so I was grateful to him for saying that I needed your help, and so I was like, I think a great deal of him. I think a great deal of this program. So I was excited to jump on it. Rules allow it now. In years past, rules wouldn't have allowed it. So, I just wanted to insert myself and try to help Coach Rule and try to help this football team and try to help this great program.
Yeah, there's some things that you don't know. When he says we visited, did you hear him say we visited in December? Did you get that part? He visited with Rule in December. I don't know what that job was. In these situations, you don't have a great chance to ask follow-up questions, detailed ones. I don't know what that when they visited in December. I don't know what capacity he would have been interviewing for. What had to have been OC, but they had a sitting OC.
Yes.
there wasn't a job opening. So, and then the other thing was the reason he said he was tired. Did you get that part?
Yeah.
I was tired. I'd been through a lot. I just didn't have to do it at that point because he just got fired. He got fired November 26th at Houston. So November 26th, it was about a month later. Actually, he was here. He was actually in Lincoln. He attended a wrestling match, but something just didn't work out. And then everybody was asking, like, what did he do at TCU? He explained that pretty well. He didn't like it. He didn't like just the consultant thing,
Well, if you're not part of it, like I said, it's always where you're at with yourself professionally. And like I said, I'm sure he gave good information to him. But there is a part sometimes when you've been so involved, head coach, calling plays, even if he wasn't calling it at Houston, which I don't know exactly where that was at. Trust me, he was the one game planning and having it all put together, and he would have some say in what was going on.
Yeah.
So when you don't have anything involved in the game too much, where you have no control over it, I'm with him. And it's not fun to be there, any part of it. It really isn't. When you spent your whole life on the sidelines, I don't know if I have 300 plus games probably as an assistant coach. I would not want to be hey, I'll help out, and then on Saturdays I'll sit in the coach's suite or whatever. And which would be the worst. I'd want to be on the sideline. I want to be someplace else. I would not want to be just hanging out.
So 2 games he just attended. It's not. I mean, like I said, it's hard to get follow-ups, but 2 games it sounds like he attended, and then you could tell he was grateful that Rule said, "I need your help." That he said that. I was grateful for him saying that he needs my help. And now he dove in. Now he said that he's worked 16-hour days since he's been here. You can imagine how much catching up to do he had. Now the next thing would be, Jake,
yes.
I would go to his commentary on receivers. He was asked about the receivers play.
Here's Dana Holgorsen on that from yesterday's press conference.
I thought they blocked well. That's the first thing I challenged them. I was like, guys, I said, you guys are fairly big kids. I know 17's not a big kid, but he's a tough kid, but there's some good sized kids out there, I mean, 16, 18, 4. I mean, these guys, 29, these guys are big bodies. I'm like, why are you not blocking worth the crap on the perimeter? I mean, it's embarrassing. I mean, you got being a receiver, you think, the one touches, throw me the ball. First thing I said to him, if you don't start blocking out there, then you're not going to get the ball thrown to you. And this past week, it was our best perimeter blocking of the season. I was very happy with those guys, and they're proud of it, because they worked hard on it for 2 weeks. That's where it starts, and then just details of route running and ball skills. We got guys that can make plays. The problem that we probably ran into last week is not defeating man coverage. USC's very talented in their secondary. Wisconsin's very talented in their secondary. Both are going to play a lot of man. We didn't do a very good job of separation last week. We need to do a better job of that this week for us to be successful against Wisconsin.
Well, we covered the man coverage part yesterday. We don't need to go into that. The perimeter blocking elements. So 16 is Bonner, 18 is Nayor. Who else did he mention? It's 4 is Banks, 17 is Barney, and 29 is Carter Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
Or Carter Nelson. So, I mean, he called him out a little bit, or a lot. He said it was embarrassing.
He said embarrassing.
Yeah, he says embarrassing, but now they blocked well, so they have it in them. But it was game 10. So I would suspect that would continue to be good, in the final 2 games.
That whole picture is odd because every single press conference we've had this year on a Monday or Tuesday has mentioned perimeter blocking. Like
Pretty much.
It's not like it wasn't. We knew that was a struggle for this team, and it was mentioned by Rule, by Satterfield every single week. And here comes Holgorsen. Now this is his view of it. It was in his vision the best blocking they've had all year.
Ongoing dialogue about it. Yeah. So they got good blocking on the perimeter. The offensive line played well. Now, he also talked about the running backs missing holes. The run game in general, I think, was the question.
I thought we ran block well on Saturday. They say it's the O-line's best game up front. I thought we played well up front. I can't gauge it on what happened in the first 9 games, but I was pleasantly surprised with our pad level, our toughness. Assignment wise being good. I thought we had, a couple of runs that were good, tough runs that got good, tough yards, but I know Coach Rule mentioned it yesterday. There's a lot of yards left out there. When I can push the back and there's a hole like this, and the back's not in it, it's discouraging, and so just got to get those guys to open their eyes and trust the blocks and hit it. I thought at halftime, I told the running back coach, I was like, they need to hit that thing better because there are some holes there. It is what it is. You get it up to the second level. We need to get some backs that can make some guys miss in open field. Some of those tackles that USC had are hard tackles, and they made them. So I was pleased with the scheme. I was pleased with what it looked like. We have to get more production. We do have to get more production.
Yeah, they ran 25 times for 119 yards. And what I was telling the guys yesterday is a lot of the media around here is like, hey, come on, Sip. They ran pretty well, 25 for 119. Yeah, that's good for a mediocre team. That's great. 25 carries for 119. I know I sound like an ass sometimes, but it gets you 5 and 5. If you're sitting around saying, come on, man, they ran pretty well, 119 yards. Okay, great. You got to do better than that. If you're going to, you go on the road and win at USC, you're probably going to have to do a little better than that. So I get, seems like it was needed. Fresh set of eyes, however they want to characterize it. What else you got?
Well, we're out of time for that.
Oh.
But we'll have more. We'll have more Holgorsen thoughts.
Oh yeah, we gotta get to Sean
as the show goes on. Before we get to break, though, you look starved this morning.
I'm really well. I had 2 pieces of cherry pie.
That's just
Yeah,
an
so
appetizer.
that helped a little bit, but
That's
it
an appetizer.
also the bird is famous. Jake's getting hit up on the road now.
In Crete.
Yes, he's getting hit
in
up
the outskirts.
He's getting hit up in Crete, on the outskirts of Crete, about the most famous dining establishment in Lincoln.
You've had Asheville.
Oh yeah, we had them.
What'd you think?
Oh yeah, we had them too. Oh, they're incredible.
Well,
It's
they're
like,
very good.
It's like a cheese sauce. You dip them in. Oh, incredible.
Delightful.
Yeah, incredible. Tell us, Jake. Tell us about the location.
Well, again, 19th and K.
Yes,
it's free parking. It's bigger than normal spaces.
Are the spaces bigger?
You could park your.
What if
the
it was
big rig
raining?
there, no
Could
problem.
you get close access to the door?
It's all pretty close to the door.
Yes, it is.
It's all very close to the door. You're not parking a mile away.
No.
It's free.
No.
Big spots. Again, breakfast burritos, chicken fried steak, which is what, Bill?
Smothered.
They've got blueberry
Bonus
pancakes,
gravy.
banana pancakes, cinnamon roll pancakes,
Cinnamon roll
and,
pancakes.
as
God.
was mentioned in Crete last night, the world famous hash holes.
Hash hole.
Please get there today in Lincoln at 19th
That's
and K,
good. Good
or
job.
in Omaha and Iowa, their locations.
Thank you,
Early
Jamie.
Bird, the king of breakfast, brunch, and lunch
The bird's taken over.
in the area.
Taken over. It's
It's in Iowa.
you know what the bird is? It's
What?
the Texas Roadhouse of brunch. That's what it is. The Texas Roadhouse of brunch.
With pastels.
Yes, with pastels.
Yes,
Yes.
just comfortable.
And Busch
feeling.
lights.
When we come back, Sean Callahan is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra.
It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today in most local grocery stores.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Starter Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Starter Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henrys at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Have you been accused of a crime and don't know where to turn? At Liberty Law Group, we understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you're up against the legal system, you need an advocate you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Liberty Law's experienced trial attorneys are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Don't let a criminal charge ruin your life. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you need, advocates you deserve. That's 877-42-LIBERTY or libertylawnebraska.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited, all built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, but also lots of wind. We'll see an afternoon high around 49. Tonight, clear skies with a continued breeze, a little under 28. Tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, and an afternoon high near 44. I'm meteorologist Kyle Zucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break
Simple, you are an idiot.
on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, you just heard audio from Dana Holgorsen for the first time as Nebraska's OC, and there's some interesting words. He called the perimeter blocking not very good. Also, some brash terms in general. We're joined now by Husker Line Sean Callahan. Sean, what was your impression of the first appearance by Dana Holgorsen and his media setting yesterday?
Well, he's a competent coach who's been a head coach for 14 years, and he spoke like that. I mean, and I think a lot of people that listen to it, I mean, the comments, people really appreciated the honesty because, look, the perimeter blocking has been embarrassing. I watched USC on Saturday. I'm like, man, they run these screens and bang, bang, their blocks are perfect. And, we saw a lot of other offenses at Nebraska do that over the years. Tim Beck's had great perimeter blocking. You go down the line, Mike Riley's, every coach that's been here before, that hasn't been an issue. And it's been an issue this year, and it really is hard to do a lot of the things they want to do with the numbers game and on the perimeter when the blocks aren't being hit. He's like, look, we can't do what we want to do if these blocks aren't going to be made. And I thought the running back comment was interesting too, just that there are holes there and the backs aren't hitting the holes.
Sean Callahan joins us. Sean, did you get any kind of feel? I don't know if you went back and listened to Holgorsen. Did you get any kind of feel for, is this just a temporary thing for him, or could this turn into long term? We still don't know that. What is the feel you got from Holgorsen?
Yeah, I don't think this is temporary. I mean, I think as long as the last few weeks go to plan and nothing comes unforeseen here, I mean, I think this is meant to be a long-term move. He's still being paid by Houston. So whoever is getting Dana Holgorsen is going to get him for $800,000. I mean, that's the minimum Nebraska is allowed to pay him. That's what his monthly payment is at right now. And Houston is paying him, I believe, $4 or $5 right now for this year and next year. Then they get 60% of that the next two. So you're going to get Dana Holgorsen at a pretty bargained price. When you consider Satterfield's making $1.4 million. So it's not about the money. It's about the opportunity. It's about what school is going to give him the best opportunity, what quarterback is going to give him the best opportunity to maybe do some of the things that he wants to do to make that next move in his coaching career.
Sean, what were your thoughts on the first game for him against USC? Against Nebraska loses 28-20, but he called the plays. What were your thoughts on his play calling?
Well, I think it'd be extremely difficult to do what he did, to come in and not be a part of the staff at all, and step in and call the game. But I thought some of the operations, some of the things they did looked good. I thought they did find some things in the running game we hadn't seen all year. But again, the struggles of man-to-man are real. Nebraska has not been a great team with the receivers getting separation, getting open. And that's going to probably be continuing to be what they're going to see. We know Wisconsin for sure, and Iowa generally is a quarters team. But will they change up some things, knowing that's been a weakness for Nebraska and how they play?
Sean, I don't expect you to know this answer, but I'm going to go back to the part of the press conference. It was one of the more intriguing parts when he said there's a player he's watching that could help us. He didn't want to identify that player who evidently hasn't played much because he wanted to talk to the staff first. Is there any idea in your head? Do you have any ideas in your head? Were you kind of surprised that he brought that up?
Well, last week it was Janiron Bonner. That's definitely one of the guys last week. I talked to some people about that more, and the snap counts reflect that. Bonner played the most snaps he's played.
Okay.
Now, is there another guy? Now, that's obviously the question. And, is it a behind-the-scenes walk-on player? Is it a Carter Nelson? Is it somebody like that? Is it Malachi Coleman? It's really, really hard to say. Could it be like a Isaiah Garcia Castaneda who played more early in his career and hasn't played in the rotation? So, the one comment he made is sometimes as position coaches we get blinded, and I think anyone that's played a sport can shake their head to that comment. You could have the best practice of your life, and sometimes a position coach won't even notice because they've already made their minds up on players and their opinions. And sometimes maybe a fresh set of eyes coming in can recognize and see some things. And he made sure to say that yesterday, which I thought was interesting.
How big of a difference, Sean? There's some debate out there. How big of a difference is it going 6-6 versus 7-5?
Well, it'd be huge in the context of this.
Or excuse me, 5-7. 5-7. Yeah.
Not even debatable. It changes the whole month of December.
Mm-hmm.
It changes the whole off season to have a bowl game discussion and a step forward for this team. And look, everyone wanted more than 6. Let's not jack around here and say that. No one is thrilled with 6, but you have to take 6 right now if you're Nebraska, and you can't act like it's a bad season because you haven't had this type of season, since 2016. And then that's the reality of what's going on. And it's interesting to hear Troy Dannon and to hear Dana Holgorsen both say in the last week or two that streak is hard to fathom. It just doesn't even make sense because something like Nebraska football with the tradition, the history, the facilities, the resources, everything it has, it's one of the hardest streaks to wrap your hands around and understand why this is happening here. It shouldn't be happening. And it would just be nice to kind of close the book. And again, I said this to you on your show before, 2020, they qualified for a bowl with those rules and they voted not to go to a bowl. And to this day, that grinds my gears. I know it was kind of a joke. They're 3-5, but they qualified to play in a bowl. A lot of teams that year, because you played conference only schedules, and the players voted no. Some of the guys that are walking on the senior day were on that team, and it could have been over with if they chose not to want to do it.
Yeah.
Sean, 2 games left. Nebraska again is a favorite against Wisconsin on Saturday here in Lincoln. They're at Iowa to close. I mean, they've lost 4 straight games. They've not won a game since October 5th. Do you believe they will get over the hump in one of these 2 games and get to 6 wins? Well,
The facts are the facts on these 2 final games. They've only beaten Wisconsin 1 time in their 14 years now in the Big Ten.
Okay.
That was 2012.
Okay.
Then with Iowa, they've only beaten them 1 time since Bo Pelini was fired. So you go down and look at the data is against Nebraska, but I think they're getting Iowa and Wisconsin probably at 2 of the best times they've gotten them in a long time. I mean, Wisconsin, you think about the things off the field, Jack Del Rio's DUI, and then now this situation with Phil Longo, injuries. Will Pauling does not look potentially available. Hunter Wohler could be out or, coming off stuff. So they're getting the Badgers at a great opportunity here in Lincoln. So I like Nebraska this week, and I do. I think this game means more, and they're better aligned. Now, next week at Iowa, all bets are off. They've lost their quarterback for the year.
Mm-hmm.
They might go back to McNamara. They might go back to this walk-on guy that played for him. So it's so hard to say, but Iowa, we know, will have elite running and very good defense. So that's going to be a tough game to win in Iowa City. I want to watch Iowa closely this weekend against Maryland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Sean, shift gears real fast. The significance in your mind of Nebraska. Now, you've reported this. You reported it last week. Nebraska's game against Cincinnati looks like it's on the move, moving from Indianapolis to Arrowhead next season. That's the opener, and you think it could be a Thursday night?
Yeah, the Kansas City Royals already play Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
And Fox and CBS, or Fox and ESPN, both would be potential options for Thursday night because that's a window for the Big 12 and the Big 10. So that they would air a lot of games. And Minnesota usually has played in that window. Well, they don't play a good team to open the year this year. They play a group of 5 team. But it'd be a huge win for Nebraska because it's not their home game. This is Cincinnati's decision. Nebraska is not driving the bus here. Cincinnati's doing this to get as much money as possible to help pay these new bills that are coming to everybody.
Yeah.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
South Carolina, Sean Callahan.
So Cincinnati's willing to move its game to Arrowhead. And that I don't think that'll be like a pro Cincinnati Bearcats crowd.
No, I can't imagine.
Will there be a lot of Bearcats fans there? Will they bring $50,000 to Kansas City?
No, they'll bring. It'll be like 8.
Right.
They'll be higher than that. Just remember, they were, Fickle had them in the playoffs like 4 years ago.
Yeah, true.
So they were a playoff team, but no, I mean, it will not be. But I understand their situation. They're like going, that's what it is right now. If all of a sudden they can get a couple million more, hey, listen, we'll pay you to move your game to Kansas City, play this one on TV. The AD is going to be like, yeah, we'll do that.
Bill, I'm fascinated by that. I am. That you're willing just to go play on someone else's feet.
Yeah.
That's not
Still
going to be
neutral.
anything like a home game.
Yeah.
Neutral,
Yeah.
not really.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't be neutral.
It'll be in Nebraska.
So you're
practice.
willing to do it because you got to
Well,
pay
you don't.
guys.
All I'm saying is you don't practice there.
No,
Yeah,
I
so you're not. It's a
Oh,
little
it's
bit
neutral.
different.
It's
but the crowd won't be neutral.
No, but it's interesting to me. That's what you'll do. If you just take a step back, it's fascinating. Yeah, we just have to do it. Got to pay them. Got to pay those guys. Got to find new revenue streams, even if they're kind of strange ones.
The only revenue streams that are going to be out there for people to really increase their money on is going to be schedule. That's the only new revenue streams that really stands out, and that would mean that the SEC has to go to 9 games. They can't play 8 anymore.
Okay.
That makes the networks want to pay them more money, and then also more crossover games between all the Power 4, where you're not playing you can't have the Mercers anymore. You can't have Northern Iowas. You can't have those games because that's where the money comes.
Bill, a second. What if this three-legged stool took over a program? We'd have to have meetings to come up with revenue streams. Couldn't we come up with something other than schedule?
No, but I'm saying it's the number one.
Oh,
It's the number one thing.
We have to come up with.
You got to be able to bring. You got to be able to have a better product for the fans.
You know what else? You can do another one though. Yeah. See, you could do concerts. They're going to do concerts here. More concerts, 2 a year.
I'm a fan of that.
You would have to in the meeting present to me what bands. I mean, what bands do you want in here? Who's going to draw 50,000, 60,000, maybe 90,000? That's revenue. Or Bud Crawford.
I'd like that meeting. Talking about who's coming. To the
we would
stadium.
have to have meetings and determine ways to create revenue.
You would absolutely.
We would
absolutely,
and I would lead the meeting.
I would let you.
I just love the idea of the meeting.
I just want to see better games. That's what I want.
I know, but what if there's other things you got to do, Bill?
That's your number one thing.
You got to build revenue.
You got, but the biggest revenue is who?
Games.
The TV stations.
Yes.
The Fox. It's Fox, and it's
attractive
Fox
games.
CBS and ABC and ESPN. That's attractive games. And they want more attractive games. That's how things work.
The most attractive games are in the SEC right now. Have you noticed that?
There's a lot of attractive ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they had 9 ranked teams. And then the Big Ten is just the opposite. High 1 through 5.
But
after that, it's just a.
But you have Indiana, Ohio State this weekend.
Yeah.
That's a big.
It's true. That's a big one.
That's a top 5 matchup.
Yeah.
I listened to Leinart the other day, and he's on Fox Big Noon. So they asked him on the station like that, tell us because the state everyone's just been blowing up about how awful it is about Big Noon, and he even kind of says, "I understand the fans don't like it. They do not like it. No one likes it. It does." But then he says, he goes, "It does fit well." For Fox financially because there's nothing else on and it's one big game. So you are going to watch it.
God.
That part's going to happen. But as far as the fan base, there's not one person. That game shouldn't be on at noon ever. Indiana is Ohio State.
Question.
Ohio State's playing 6 games in a row at noon.
Here's the
11 a.m.
question.
Stop.
Here's the question. Did this not bubble up last year? This discussion?
Oh, I'm sure it did. It's some, but now it's just it's getting more and more.
Right.
I mean,
I wonder what stopped it last year from getting this intense.
I don't know, but I hate them. The game you want, I say you want the night game, but if you have the one that's the 2:30 game, then you're as a team, it's just kind of normal.
I wish I could push
because then you don't have to sleep. You don't have to ruin your day, and not ruin your day, but have a long day if it's a night game, or you have to get up at 5:30 to be ready for kickoff at 11 a.m.
Well, who's it worse for though? Is it worse for the fans or the participants?
Worse for the fans, and the fans are the number one thing in the end. If you don't have fans, we don't have anything.
What do you have?
The reason that the only reason right now, currently, there's a history of Nebraska football and the fans.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that stands out is that the fans that go to this game at 5-5, and the place will be packed.
Yeah, and if the fans go away, Ben, we go away.
Yeah, everything goes away.
The stool,
no stool.
Well, we might be able to make it work, but
have to change up the.
If you don't have the fans, so that's the part there. So, like I said, just ask, what do you want? Colorado this year? You want them at night or you want them at 11 a.m.? It's a 99.9%. There might be one person going like, I kind of like to be done early and headed back home. Nope, the rest all want it at night.
I can't push back. The only way you really can is to say, well, the ratings are really good for the noon game because there's no competition.
There's no competition. It's not good for the fans
at
that spot. There's no
Jake, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Segment 2 has been sponsored by our friends at
Yeah.
Beck's Hybrids.
Jake's
Farmers,
mad at
we
us.
know that volume discounts are a
He
major
is.
factor in ordering seed. Oftentimes, discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to BecksHybrids.com for a full farm quote. And always remember the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
The president of Ohio State wanted to have Sonny sit in his box because of what he's done for the agricultural community. Sonny goes, I'll sit in the stands with the Indiana people. I'll sit. I'll be with the people.
Sonny.
I'll be with the people.
He's kind of that way.
Yeah, that's who he is. Yeah. So
He's
you
loyal.
You won't see him in the
Loyal.
box. Yeah.
Loyal man.
Yes. Sonny will be with the people.
He's not sitting
Thank
with Ted
you.
Carter's or what you're telling
Yeah,
me.
he's not. He's
Okay.
not. He's going to be sitting with the people.
Look,
Sonny.
you got Ben's
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah. Hey, Ben. I'm going with Ben to class today.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
4 o'clock. I need video of
I'm
this.
going
Please,
with Ben to
sneak
class
some
today.
video.
Oh,
Oh,
it's going to be
video,
awesome.
please,
Yeah.
God. When we come back, the mailbag and song of the day and early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Confidence on the field begins with confidence in your fit. And nobody fits the polar bear like Gary Michaels. From off the rack to custom made to measure, the Gary Michaels team can tackle any hard-to-fit man and make him feel like a champion. For style, affordability, and the finest clothes from here to Italy, it's gotta be Gary Michaels. Take it from the polar bear. Get your best look today at Gary Michaels.
Gary Michaels Clothiers, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, is Lincoln's premier physical therapy and recovery lab. The Body Lab offers trigger point dry needling, cupping therapy, joint manipulation, and so much more. Looking to relax and relieve stress after a long day or difficult workout? The Body Lab's recovery lab is the ideal spot. Featuring infrared sauna, a cold plunge tub, or if you're just looking for enough space to stretch out and reset your mind. Learn more about memberships and schedule your service today at thebodylablnk.com or visit the Body Lab in person at 14th and Yankee Hill Road.
At Coppell Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Coppell, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Coppell Chevrolet GMC.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning December 1st. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your holiday, birthday, or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket app.
Once again, your song of the day from 1971, Love Her Madly by The Doors. 464-568-51 is bad, 10 is good. Text your rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Jeez. See, that's just ridiculously good. See, there's that, and then there's Weezer. Nothing against Weezer, but
Different times.
I mean,
different times.
And Weezer's in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Weezer's good, but there's that, there's the Gin Blossoms. I mean,
you like the Gin Blossoms.
I do, but
he's the Gin Blossoms.
it's just, I'm illustrating. That's ridiculously good. Like, it's just so rich, right? It's like mahogany compared to a piece of plastic.
It was mahogany.
Yeah. It is. He's so majestic, regal, as Bill would say. That's regal. Don't you love her madly? I mean, it's amazing.
She's walking out the door.
Yeah. And then it goes to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
It's one of those layered songs. Oh my God, Jake's in the nines. You could play. There's about probably 7 or 8 Doors songs.
You like the Doors.
Oh God. How could you? I mean, I just appreciate them. That's just ridiculous. I'll go 9, 4, 4, 7, 5. That's probably like their 6th or 7th best song.
What's your favorite? Riders on the Storm?
Roadhouse Blues. Hello.
That's a good one.
Yeah, listen to the opening of Roadhouse Blues sometimes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I could put myself there off that.
Yeah.
Bill.
I'm not a Doors fan. Not a big Doors fan.
Kind of.
But that song was beyond incredible. And I've heard it a lot, and I think I didn't appreciate it as much as the headphones really brought in.
It just changed everything.
It just changed everything. And in my whole position, here's where I went to. I went to imagine just being in studio watching him record that. Could you imagine that? Watching when they said, "Hey, let's knock this out real quick." Can you imagine sitting there in 1971 and hearing that, and then and being with the Doors? I mean, when you heard, and that was a lyric song. I was like you said, it was a layered song.
Yeah.
Whew. Wow.
Blows you away.
9222229.
Bill, I love that.
A high score for a non-Doors fan.
Just two randos like us sitting in a studio. And he starts belting that out.
Like, oh my.
Can I get into this?
That's the first thing I felt when I was listening to it with the headset was like, I'm like, this is way out of my league. It's the first thing I thought, this is way out of my league.
I would be thinking, is there a way to invest?
Yes. How do I invest? I'd like to buy stock in the Doors.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Ben's playing with his hair. He was adjusting his hair there.
Predict Ben, Bill.
I don't know if he's going to be as high as he's going to be a 7.2.
Yeah. 5.4 from Ben.
You need to work with him.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to. That's why I'm going to class
today.
We'll be with Ben in class today, and we're going to address some things today. This will be one of the things we'll be addressed in front of the class. Yes.
You need to. I just need you to work with him.
Yes. That's okay.
You can't give that a 5.
Ben, if you listen to that song, I'm not even really a Doors fan, and I thought it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bill, the non-Doors fan, give it a 9.2.
Yes.
Come on.
Wow.
Respect the music again.
The lyrics are incredible.
Some ratings here before we get to the mailbag. Rod and South Lincoln, 6.0. Brett and Bertrand, also a 6. Bill and Bennett, 7.15. Eric and Hickman, a 10. Sandmaster and KC, 6.1. Giltner, 8.8. Lyle and Omaha, 9.5. Downtown Scott, a 10. Kyle and Hooper, 9.1. Sean and Omaha, 5.8. Who Clever? 8!
Furry had with an 8. That's like a 12. That's like a 12.
You guys did good, by the way. That was good. Good cadence. Good cadence.
Yeah. Fritz and Lincoln, 8.8. Husker Mike and Waterloo, a 6. Jennifer, 6. It's low for her. Hubby, 7.3. It's very rare when Jennifer's score is lower than Hubby's. Yes. Very rare.
I don't understand that household.
That's right in their wheelhouse.
I thought
that was like prom music for them. Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Husker P says 10, and that's a good song. Thank you, Husker P. Will in Fullerton, 9.3. We'll get to him in a
Applied
second.
Connect.
Where he works it. Yeah. Kurt in Northern Kentucky, 9.6.
Northern Kentucky.
We got a no, wait a second. We got a Northern Kentucky list.
Is there still smoking there? Because when last time
Kurt chime in.
Last time I was there was the most remarkable thing ever. Me and my friend Chad, the D-line coach at Wisconsin, were visiting the Bengals, and we stayed in northern Wisconsin. I mean northern Kentucky. We stayed right across the river, so we're in Kentucky, and we're going to get something to eat. We're like, smells different in here. Oh, you can smoke in here. People are smoking.
What year was this?
With that, this like I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years ago, whatever. More than that, I mean 9 or 10.
Recently.
No, it was when the laws had been changed clearly. Okay. And then the next one, we go to breakfast at a diner. Lady's got a cigarette in her mouth. She took our. I'm like, this is insane.
Like that,
I loved it.
Yeah.
I had a pad and a cigarette in her mouth, and I just want to know that you're still smoking in northern. It's like, no, we smoke here. They still do it. God
You're
love
lucky. You're so lucky.
Kurt, you want to chime
in? With Chad, the D-line coach.
We're like, all of a sudden, we're both like, you smoke what? Oh, all of a sudden, look around. Everybody just smoking cigarettes like that is incredible. So we got some wings and a smoke.
That's awesome.
Kind of Marlboros.
Northern Kentucky. We have a Northern Kentucky listener, Jake.
We got Lane in North Texas gives the 6 on YouTube. Bolt 8.88 on YouTube. BWD 4.1 on YouTube. Doug 8.2 on YouTube. Brad 9.22 says Doors, crank it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Jim Morrison. 6.8 Jacob
Good one.
on YouTube. Josh a 3.7. Nels in Montana 2.4.
Yeah, I don't get that. Whatever.
Don't understand that. Whatever. And Kurt has responded from Northern Kentucky.
Yes,
he says, yes, in the bars, if they don't serve food, they don't smoke.
Well, they serve food in the diner. I know that the next day, but yes, but that's so. How about that when you walk into a place and they're smoking?
Oh,
I was like,
God,
yes,
I'm
home. I'm home.
I believe there should be a one-day smoking for all the college kids should learn what it's like to have to go to a bar when people are smoking.
I had to leave a bar in Phoenix, in Scottsdale. One time, it was called the E6 Lounge, and me and McKeever went in there, and I liked it. It was smoky, but it was so smoky that I had to leave. My eyes were burning. That's how it was. The room was about this big. It was exaggerating a little bit. It was a super small room, and it was just you couldn't even see. It was so smoky. Then we went back for the second Fiesta Bowl, and we were like, we're going to the E6 Lounge. We were walking over there. and we thought we were at the plot of land where the E6 was, and I asked somebody, "Where's the E6 lounge?" Oh, they tore that down years ago.
Oh no!
I was like, oh.
Well, me and Jake talked about what it was like. What was yours? '88, Jake. Me and Jake talked about when they were still smoking on airplanes.
Yes,
that's incredible.
Yeah, back in the
We're talking about incredible.
That's incredible.
Getting on an airplane.
Better
times. People just smoking. When we flew to
How did that happen?
When we flew to see the president,
it
was like a 767 the
huge
giant plane that took the LSU up to meet the president. And we were there with the plane was so old it had ashtrays.
Oh God!
It had ashtrays.
Oh God!
Better times.
Imagine, so much better times.
Imagine that, smoking or non-smoking, sir.
But Lincoln Journal-Star started there in 1988. So they were smoking. People smoked. Like my sports editor smoked a cigar. You always knew he was when he was there because you could smell the cigar.
Must be here.
Better times.
It is
Better
time.
times.
It is time to fire up the mailbag. Here
the bag.
we go. As always, this is sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. The words you don't want to hear in IT are what, Bill?
I've been hacked.
Oh, boy. Yeah, don't want those words. It won't happen with Applied Connective because they're awesome. Nebraska's preferred tech partner. All 93 counties of the state, they manage all your tech solutions, managing IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, audio, video, and more. Please go to appliedconnective.com for a free consultation or call them at 866-358-0109.
Hey, guys, have you noticed something?
What's that?
No election controversy.
None.
Why?
Zip.
Applied Connective was on top of it.
Did they save the election?
They saved the election. And also, from now on, they're getting whisked down to Dallas.
For what?
The CFP. They're securing the CFP.
They are?
Yes, for hacking. People trying to get, people are trying to get in and see what they can get into everybody's computers and see what they're saying, what they're typing, and what's going on. They want to know the information. Not now. Applied Connect is heading down.
We had a lot of submissions today for the mailbag.
Okay,
we'll start off with a regular one. Michael in Hawaii says, "Aloha. If our very own Steve Sipple was the headliner for a boxing match at Memorial Stadium, which college football coach or media personality would you like to see Sip fight?" Sip, do you have somebody you would like to
Lane.
fight?
I'd want to
fight Lane
I'd want a
Kiffin?
piece of Lane. Yeah.
That'd be a good fight. That'd be a fight.
I like
I'd
Lane,
to
though.
see that.
I like him, but it'd be fun fighting him.
It'd be a fun fight. Yeah,
I don't have an answer.
Did you
other
fight
than that.
Gundy?
Yes. We're same age. It'd be probably a
Be a
good
good fight,
Yeah.
probably. Be fair.
That'd be an incredible fight.
Me and Gundy?
Yeah.
Gundy weighs more, obviously. He's bigger, taller.
Yeah.
But, when I fought, most people were taller than me. So
So reach was an issue?
Yeah, always was. Always was reach. I don't know. We can move on. Thank you, Michael. Yeah. Michael's a friend.
Yes.
Jacob chimes in, and this is big because Bill's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving Eve, right?
Yeah,
the night
it's
before.
coming right
It's coming.
So Jacob says this: can you describe your ideal Thanksgiving Day schedule as a bonus? Your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Well,
your favorite.
Go ahead.
Schedule.
Well, schedule. First of all,
Yes, give me the
I
schedule,
want the
Bill.
meal late. I don't want
late?
Not the lunch meal.
5 o'clock.
Okay.
I want more
That's
close to dinner,
interesting.
but I don't want to go 6:30 or 7 either. I want to go 5 o'clock. Gives you more time during the day when you get that. It's not like, okay, remember we're eating at noon. No, take your time,
Ooh.
enjoy the day. There's football on. You're relaxed. You have all those things going like that. But
Noon's too early.
Yeah, noon's too early like that. And then just old school stuffing. I love stuffing, and it's just not one you have and not that. So stuffing. That's what I want to go with.
I think like most people, I'd be right in the middle of where you're at. Not noon, too early, 3-ish.
Mm-hmm. I can get down with that. I can see that.
No, I got to tell you, I love cranberries and white meat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And just, if that's all I had, it would be fine. Now I'll do everything else. I like stuffing too, and corn in my mashed potatoes. And we are much different in one thing. I look forward to it all being smashed together.
Yeah, I don't
You do it
that.
intentionally.
Yeah. I like it like that. And a lot of salt, a lot of pepper.
I like the 1 o'clock time frame for the meal, and I would eat 3
So
plates of
1,
corn.
3, 5.
Right.
Interesting.
I would eat all corn if I could. Sweet corn, just the entire plate or 2. A little bit of turkey, maybe a roll, but I'd eat all the corn.
You
I
like
love,
corn that
I love
much?
sweet corn.
Really?
I love it.
Yeah.
With
always
some gravy on it?
No, I don't put gravy on my corn. What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
Like
I-
potatoes, not corn.
right.
Who does that?
I put
I can see a little gravy over your white turkey meat. I can see a
Sure,
little bit of gravy
fine,
of that.
but not corn.
Not
Yes.
corn. Don't put
No,
it
no,
Who's
no.
putting
Hold on.
gravy on corn?
No.
Stop.
No, the text line will get you on this.
No,
what
they
you
won't.
do is you have mashed potatoes, gravy with corn on it. Yeah, insane.
I said, but if it's corn by itself, you're not putting gravy on that. That's
No.
psycho behavior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. 1 o'clock. Interesting.
Okay, 1 o'clock's early.
Okay, Casey, this is probably better for Bill on this one. This is a special teams question. It says, good morning, guys. College football, like all sports, can have misleading stats. I feel like both average and total punt yardage to compare the best punters is misleading as it's associated with how bad the offense might be. What are the best stats when trying to determine how good a punter potentially is?
Well, first of all, total punt yards, that means nothing. It's always net punt.
Net punt
is looked at very importantly. But the next thing that can hurt your net punt is with where your offense is at and where you're punting from. One of the most critical stats is what are your pins? Right, that every time we use the term dagger, if the ball goes into the end zone, it's an air of epic proportion. If the ball goes into the end zone, you have to be able to control the ball like that. And
this is fascinating.
The goal was always to try to make sure that the 8-yard line is where you wanted the ball to land. The 8-yard line was the spot you wanted to have.
That's an air of epic proportions.
Yes, if the
ball bounds into the end zone,
it's like that. Because I always use the term, you never go broke taking a profit. So if it goes in the end zone, but you could have had him at the 14, yeah, it's not great, but it's still better than the 20. And so you want to, that is something, a skill set you work really hard at. And then also on the return game part of it right there, it's like, okay, when do I catch the ball? When do I catch it? The 8-yard line was where that was always the target area. Hey, if it's at the 8, we're going to catch it. If not beyond that, like that, we're going to take the shot that it hits and goes into the end zone. So those are the things you wanted to work on very, very diligently to have that happen.
Okay, so this is germane to this discussion. You know, Buschini is averaging 46.3 yards per punt. Okay, he's knocking on the door of the all-time record.
That's good. It's really good.
But
really good.
net punting,
net punt,
not good. Not good. 115th nationally, 36.45.
Right.
So the punter is averaging 46.3, but the net is only 36.4.
Yeah, so your net's very important. Generally, that would come, I would imagine, from blocks. So when you have block punts, and that sets you back in a catastrophic way with your numbers.
Do you see those numbers don't add up?
I do.
Okay.
We'll have one more because we have way more that are here, but I don't have time for all of them. This is from Brad.
Okay.
Brad says, good morning, guys. If you had to switch lives with each other for 1 week with the person sitting to your right, what is one new mischievously fun twist you would add to that person's morning routine that they had to continue to do once your lives switched back? Brad in Lexington is going deep.
That is really deep.
Yeah, I don't. That would take me a month to answer.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe
know.
next month we can address that answer.
Yeah, let's think about.
We have to think about that one.
It's such a limited window of time.
He
right?
gives an example. He says, example, they can only use their non-dominant hand for the first 3 hours of the day.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't help me. That does nothing.
I don't.
Brad's going next level.
Yeah, I don't know. There's isn't it a limited time frame? Just from the time you get up to the time you get here,
the time you leave this show.
Oh, to leave the show.
Yep.
Still a limited time frame. I don't know.
We'll have to get back to you, Brad.
That one, yes.
Yeah.
That is the mailbag, sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. Again, call them at 866-358-0109 today for a free consultation to plan your IT needs there. When we come back, top of the hour, I want to get back to what would it mean if Nebraska beat both Wisconsin and Iowa to end the season. That's next on an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your Thanksgiving feast. Pre-order a 12-pound whole smoked turkey or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A 4-pound boneless ham is $50. A A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
When he stops the game-winning goal with his nose. When your hand accidentally becomes the pot holder. When her bike takes her off-road and onto the sidewalk. That's where we come in. Walk into CHI Health Clinic Priority Care 7 days a week for urgent and minor care at primary care rates. Getting you back to better health is our priority. Find your location at chihealth.com/prioritycare.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoichFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, but also lots of wind. We'll see an afternoon high around 49. Tonight, clear skies with a continued breeze, a low near 28. Tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, and an afternoon high near 44. Our meteorologist Kyle Lecter from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mulberry Barbecue is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Ooh, what a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on early break. Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, and also at 70th and Pioneers in Lincoln. And what's going on today with Shin Daddy in Creighton, Bill?
Well, we're 1 week out from my favorite day of the year, obviously, is Thanksgiving Eve. So I'm 1 day out from that. I just love celebrating that day. It's just relaxing. The next day, there's no gifts and presents and all that stuff. It's just fun. It's football. It's food. Everything you want in life,
and
really.
Family.
Yeah, it's incredible like that. So today is pie prep day. So next Wednesday, they'll be able to pick up their pies. Today is pie prep day, pie ordering day. So you need to be able to get a hold of Schindler, stop in. So it's pumpkin, pecan, chocolate silk, and apple. Those are the 4 pies.
No cherry, no berry pies.
No berry pies. No berry pies. We made the selection. French silk really kind of gets me excited. It really does. The shaved chocolate on top, that is so good. Just a chocolate pie is what it is. And it's so good.
So good.
It really is. Pecan's my favorite pie. We know that. That's my go-to pie. But the French silk is sneaky. It really is. So today is pie order day. You put your orders in, then on next Wednesday, there'll be 14 ovens, and they'll be firing those babies up in a prep room.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there'll be 14 ovens, and then they'll send them out when you drive through the drive-through, the little chute.
And this is in the bank.
This is in the bank.
It goes through the chute.
It goes through the chute. The pies go, there you go. Boom. What do you want? Pecan? There you go.
It goes through the drive-through chute?
The drive-through chute, yeah. It's incredible.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So they'll pick the pies up on Wednesday, next Wednesday. Today, though, you got to get your orders in.
So he tore down the boxing ring.
It's that the boxing ring is down. The boxing ring is down.
And he shifted to pies.
Well, they had to get the 14 ovens in. So they got to get those ready to go. But the ring will go
Constant
back up.
action over there.
The ring will go back up to like that to settle grievances. Local grievances will be settled in the ring with Shin Daddy. Jake, do the bell.
Which one?
No, one you do. No, your bell.
Oh. Ding ding.
That's not. That was still a little bit childlike, but it was all right.
It was all right. Yeah. So anyway, Shin Daddy will be taking your orders.
Sorry.
So if you could please text him. If you please text him your order, that would be great.
One more time on the flavors.
On the flavors, it's pumpkin, pecan, chocolate silk, and apple. Let me make sure I get this real quick here. Just give me 1 second, Jake.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, give me this thing.
This is in Creighton.
Yeah, this is in Creighton.
Up in the kind of the northeast part of the state.
Right.
Yes. I also make sure we get this right. So the phone number again, it's 402-360-0982. 402-360-0982. Please text in which pie you want. Steve's going to want that for
0982.
Yes, and you can get that so you'll be able to pick the pie up next Wednesday. Today is pie ordering day. It's pie prep day. So if you please get a hold of Steve, 402-360-0982.
He's prepared for your text and
Yes.
phone calls potentially there.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Shin Daddy. He's the man. Every day, always
got
entertaining and informing people in Creighton, in Nebraska. 464-5685. Call or text as always. I'm concerned about young Ben, our producer over here.
I am too, every day.
I had a topic here that I'll say it out loud, and then I'll tell you what Ben said after that.
Yeah,
I
let's
said,
talk about it. Let's get it out in the
I'm
open.
trying to be optimistic. I'm a pessimist, as you know.
100. Didn't know that. I'm leaving. Season's over.
As I try to stay positive, I have this question that says, if Nebraska were to beat both Wisconsin and Iowa to end the season, how much does that salvage the year? Young Ben says, we all know there's no way they beat either team, basically. They're not going to beat both. Probably won't beat
He's
either.
going with the Jake deal of like, I'm going to say it's not going to happen. Then maybe that will reverse the curse and it doesn't happen.
Not only did he say that, he said it's a pointless discussion.
Pointless.
Because we said,
I heard a laughter.
I
heard a burst of laughter as I came back from my coffee heating situation. I heard a burst of laughter from Steve Sipple, Journalist of the Year.
That's what he laughed about.
And then what happened in there? I said, well, Ben just said it's a pointless conversation that we're having.
Because we know it's not going to happen.
Yes.
Ben is
Young
giving
Ben.
up on the season, giving up on the team.
Young Ben.
There is a chance, young Ben. Nebraska
There's a chance.
is favored right now to win on Saturday against Wisconsin. We'll see what happens against an Iowa team that has nothing to play for. They're already bowl eligible. They can't win the Big Ten. There's no Big Ten championship game.
And where are they at quarterback?
And they don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Sullivan's out for the year. McNamara might start. He might not. Stratton might start there. I mean, they have all sorts of issues. So it is possible, in theory, that Nebraska could win both games.
So what's the question?
Again, the question is, if Nebraska were to beat both Wisconsin and Iowa to end the season, how much does that salvage this season?
It would salvage. It wouldn't salvage the season, but it would it would really help matters a lot, if only because you've had such a lack of success against those teams.
Both
Ben.
teams.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't. How many straight? You've lost 10 straight to Wisconsin.
Nebraska has not beaten Wisconsin since 2012, and it's 10 straight losses since then, including the Big Ten title game that same season.
Yeah, no, it would be enormous. It would be enormous because it would change. Rules said it the other day, and he's correct that it would change the conversation in the building. It would no longer be we're chasing this bowl game. We'd be in the bowl game, and not only would we be in the bowl game, we have exercised the demons of Iowa and Wisconsin on the way to the bowl game. Then if you win the bowl game, then you actually have some, I would say, significant momentum. Hopefully you can sell that to your players. I mean,
you have,
it'd be huge, right, Bill?
Yeah, it would be huge. And you can't be in a better situation as far as when you're catching these two teams. I mean, right now, I think Wisconsin is very odd because they just played the number one team, 16-13.
Right.
And had
competitive game.
But you don't think of it. I don't see that. Like, well, they're bringing a team in here. How are we going to handle it? Not at all. I don't see it at all. And,
They've lost 3 straight.
And they caught some momentum. Then you look back, well, who'd they beat?
They beat Purdue, Rutgers, and Northwestern.
Yeah. And it's like, well, hang on. So, like you said, they've fired their coach. They had one of their analysts get fired for a DUI that was with them. And so
Jack Del Rio.
Yeah. So that drove through a person's yard.
Into
through their
and then started walking. Odd decision.
Odd decision. But anyway, that doesn't sit well. They fired their offensive coordinator, and so right now, and they're beat up. Their best receiver's probably out, and if Wohlers is out, he's their best defender. No one's even close to what he's like.
You're talking about Will Pauling.
Yep.
So
he's the receiver.
So you've caught him at an incredible time, and you've got him and you've got them at home. And just if you just watch the eye test of UCLA against Iowa, the game was somewhat close. It shouldn't have been. I mean, I didn't see a defense that was. I mean, UCLA ran the ball all over Iowa.
They did.
And so I mean,
the whole game.
Yep. I mean, it was like
start to finish.
And so I say you're catching at an incredible time. And Nebraska once again has stayed, for overall very healthy.
Pretty healthy.
They really have. I mean, they got people out there, but like
pretty
I said,
healthy.
I don't hardly remember seeing someone come on the field. Obviously, the trainers come on the field.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
And so, knock on wood, that's great. So they're pretty in comparative. Like I said, right now, like that, would the conversation be different? If the quarterback, the quarterback for Iowa, we don't know who he is. They played the fifth string against UCLA. They played their 5th string quarterback.
Yep,
he was a walk-on linebacker. That's who played quarterback, and he took him on a touchdown drive.
He did.
So no, this is very doable.
Extremely doable.
I have not done my full scout on Wisconsin, but just look at on the surface, Ben. They're 91st in total offense. As we know, they just fired their offensive coordinator. Bill mentioned they're 88th. This is Wisconsin. They're 88th nationally in rushing defense.
That's weird for them.
Right.
Very weird for Wisconsin.
So 17th. Wisconsin's 17th in the Big Ten in rushing defense. I can't even believe what I'm reading.
That is stunning for them.
Right. They're third. They're 15th and third down offense. I mean, their numbers aren't good. So no, this is very doable as long as Nebraska's players are in the right mind frame, which I think they were for the most part against USC. You like to see a little more killer, a little more kind of back to the wall desperation. Now Bill probably gets annoyed. If I was a coach, I'd get kind of annoyed with guys like Sipple sitting around saying that stuff. I think I think they competed, There was a couple moments in that game where you're like, no, a couple guys aren't competing very hard, but I think by and large they were.
It appeared to be.
Yeah.
No matter what, it's hard. They've lost 4 straight.
Right.
So anytime you've lost 4 straight, it's tough in the building. It's
football.
No matter, it's football. It is hard, but they've caught. I think Sean did nail it. That winning another game and getting to 6 in the bowl game is like that's a win. But if it's just 6. I think after a while it goes away pretty quickly that wasn't enough. I think it is. It'll be you take it, and it is. It's like, yes, we got over that hurdle. But if the season ended, you went to a bowl game. Just say it ended 6-6, and for some reason you didn't win the bowl game.
Yeah, not much.
And end up 6-7.
Not much juice.
Wouldn't be much juice. You really need both. And like Steve, you really need both because also if you go 7-5, or just say you finish 6-6. you're not going to play a juggernaut of a bowl game. You're
Probably not.
You're not catching a team. You go, oh God, how do we catch that team?
I don't know what you'd be looking at. It depends on which. Now Nebraska, if they were to finish 7-5, they're going to leapfrog some teams. In fact, I just know that they wouldn't be in Detroit. Even they wouldn't be
at Charlotte. The Duke's Mayo Bowl is possible, as well as in Arizona.
Yeah, if they win 7, they might be in Florida playing somebody.
Possibly.
And bowl games all matter with who's interested in who you're playing.
Yep.
Because some teams, like you said, a year ago, Florida State, uninterested, get beat by 60. So it all matters on if you play
100.
If you play another team that's like, hey, we are really excited to be at the Duke's Mayo Bowl like that, then it's hard. And sometimes that's why bowl games are usually about the easiest one to predict. You can just tell who's interested and who's not.
Yeah, it's sort of tell by opt-outs.
Yeah, you tell by opt-outs what's going on. You'll get a great feel. And now the opt-outs will be insane.
Oh, don't say that.
They'll be insane.
Don't say that.
When you talk about with 12 teams in the playoffs now, they'll be waiting because now before people were opting out of orange bowls. Yep. They opted out of orange bowls. They opted out of sugar
This is not
bowls.
better times when you're talking like this.
No, but that's what.
Can you please talk about better times?
Yes, I will.
He's getting depressed over here.
Yeah, I don't.
The opt-outs they'll be significant.
Now, will there be opt-out? I mean, ask the question: would there be opt-outs for Nebraska? Are guys opting out?
It would
Your
be,
key guys.
I would say it's possible, but it's sad. They have not made a bowl game in everyone's time here.
It's not
every
sad
single
yet.
player besides the ones that have transferred in from other schools has not been to a bowl game.
It's not sad yet because it hasn't happened. Let's just see.
Yeah, they'll be fine. First of all, they'll get to a bowl game. You got these 2 wins. Yes, I think it'll be somewhat of an easy win on Saturday.
To you,
I do.
I can't imagine
when I
easy
say,
for a team that's averaging 15.6 points in the last 5 games. 15.6. How do you win easy?
Well, the other team's averaging about 12. So
16 to 12. All right. I don't know. I just with this offense, I can't imagine easy. Are they going to break loose?
It will be something to see when you watch this game. We talked about it last week. It's like, there's been some okay, Lincoln Riley, like that. Like I said, that both teams had a bye week. This week right now, it's like who's going to get their team ready to play? Can Fickle get them ready to go? Because I think he's up against it. There's been a change. There has to be. I mean, I don't know what the vibe was. Maybe there's a relief. Maybe there's a big happiness that, hey, we needed a different coordinator. We needed this, and that might help us in some way. But again, he's not bringing in new players. Whoever's calling the game, we don't even know who's calling it. He said right away,
why does it matter? Why does it matter?
So
nothing matters, Luke.
Yeah. So who's calling the game? All those things going on. The advantage for Nebraska is huge in that scenario.
You could come at me a little bit when I said
I'll do it if I can.
Yeah, you could come at me with, SIP. Iowa put 42 on Wisconsin.
42.
Why does it matter?
It's so funny.
Why does anything matter, Luke?
And that was after what? And what game was that after? I believe.
That was after Penn State.
So they played Penn State at home really tough.
And they lost 28-13.
They were ahead in the in the third quarter, threw a pick 6, and the game kind of got away from them. And then they went on the road and absolutely collapsed. Their good running back just said, "I'm not playing anymore." Ches Malusi.
Yep,
He left.
I'm done.
Like 3 weeks ago. Just says, "I'm good. I'm good."
Calling it good.
I just think Ben that they could scrap out too. Scrap out.
Here's what we got a text from Craig, who is I think Craig's going through it right now with Nebraska.
Going through it.
Is it Craig Bull?
It's not Craig. I don't think this is Craig Bull. I'd be stunned if this is Craig Bull typing this. And he says,
it is.
If Nebraska won the last 2 games, he says that would be the sign of Armageddon. Sky is raining fire. The 4 horsemen arrive. Nebraska stinks. The fat lady is singing the 3rd verse already.
That's
Craig is going through it right now.
Yeah, that's
going through it.
They're not.
Yeah, will the game be harder in Iowa? Yeah, it's a night game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough place to play.
Go to the quarterback.
Iowa will be invested to win that game. Their head coach will have them ready to play, and I believe they'll win. I think Iowa will somehow be able to beat Maryland because Maryland, from what I heard, that they had like 10,000 people at their game against Rutgers. There was no one there.
It's funny
one.
When Sean was. It's funny the things that we say. Sean, you got to watch that Iowa Maryland game. God, really? Do I have to?
I mean, that's a rough one.
Why does it matter? Yeah, I'll tell you what matters, Ben.
Luke
is Iowa could be starting McNamara. You have a shot. if that's the
Yeah,
case.
because McNamara is better than the quarterback they had last year.
Yes, but you still have a shot.
You mean
with
Deacon Hill?
Deacon Hill,
the
he's
linebacker
better
that they got benched at Utah Tech as their quarterback.
I guess Iowa
Benched.
did come in here and win with Deacon Hill, which is
That's where, like I
sad.
said, the when teams have changed, where everything is a whole different world now. But it's better. It's better football to have no divisions, because all of a sudden, right now, think about it. Right now, it would be if it's in
What would it
divisions.
be?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
who
hold on, I'll get it for you. I know where you're going.
Who would it be? Iowa? Would they?
No, I don't know. Hold on.
Nebraska.
Oh, here it is. Right here's the standings.
Yeah. And so
Illinois
would be the team.
Illinois would be the team.
So imagine Ohio State, Illinois for the Big Ten championship instead of being Oregon, Ohio State. How much more fun? That's what I mean. It'd be awful. It'd be bad.
Illinois to me is an interesting. This goes along with the conversation. Now this is damning, Jake. So
I'm fine with them damning.
It's damning to Nebraska because Illinois, the coaching staff got a lot out of that team. All right. They squeezed a lot out of it. You saw the team in Memorial Stadium.
did.
It's not great, but they got 7 because the coaching staff is maximizing. This coaching staff's not. That's not a good. It's not a good. Nebraska's good enough to be sitting with, like where Illinois is.
Roster wise, yes.
Yeah, roster wise. Yeah. So that's disappointing. Now, but per your question, they can salvage a lot of this season by going 7-5.
And they could end this streak in November of 6 straight losses.
Right.
They've lost 6 straight in November.
All of that goes away.
Matt Rule's not won a November game as Nebraska's head coach.
Think of the conversations that change. That changes. The Iowa-Wisconsin conversation changes. The bowl conversation changes. You actually have legitimate momentum. It'd be gigantic to win these last 2 games. It would be.
They would have salvaged it to some degree this season.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you just look at the product on the field and look at the numbers, it's not like, how can we beat Wisconsin? No. Look at them. You just read the numbers off on both sides of the ball.
It should not be
on both sides.
a possible win.
If you look at it on both sides, it's not even close. If you take both sides, if you take what Nebraska's defense is ranked and what Wisconsin's defense is ranked, it's not even close.
Right.
And yeah, there's been some things defensively, whatever, but it's not even close. Offensively, they're somewhat close, I guess, but
they are.
They're somewhat close offensively. But overall, if you take all the numbers, Nebraska wins the number game.
Think about
It's at home.
Think about it. I mean, Rule himself just stood at the podium the other day and said the game will go down to the last possession or the last couple possessions. He said the last possession.
He did say that.
He said that. He goes
down to the wire.
And he told his guys against USC, guys, this is going to. We all know it's going to the last possession. So you got to win that now. That's what he's trying to do. I heard Joe Klatt say the other day, he said, I think I've said this, but it's worth repeating. Joe Klatt said, when in the process of building a program, the biggest hurdle, the toughest hurdle, the most difficult thing is going from losing close to winning close.
That'd be accurate.
That's what Joel Klatt said.
The master of that was Iowa.
Yeah.
They were the master of winning close.
They
games.
went from
they were used to being uncomfortable. Oh, it's third quarter, down 6. We're fine.
good.
We're good. I mean,
we got this.
They won the uncomfortable games so many times. There's a number of times I'm like going, yep, looks like Minnesota's got them beat. No, they don't. That's incredible. They did not. Didn't. It was whoever they were playing. They played every game. Every game was close. Iowa couldn't get away from anybody. They couldn't score.
They didn't have the offense.
They didn't have the offense, but yet they won 10 last year.
They did.
Yeah.
Before we get to break, we are getting closer and closer to Christmas. Yeah, we're almost a month away from Christmas.
What are we going to do, Jake?
We're going to celebrate with the magical lights of Lincoln at 84th and Havelock at the Sandhills Global Event Center. It's an incredible time. And I've got an update. Vinny, who's in charge of this, said,
Vinny,
you said yesterday 1.5 mil. It's actually 2 million lights they have.
They've went up.
And it takes 20 to 30 minutes to drive through. Only $25 a car.
Oh, pack some snacks.
On the
It takes a
weekend,
while to get
30,
through.
weekdays, 25. But here's the deal. Yeah, pack some snacks, exactly.
Yeah.
If you want to help with charity, we are involved in this year because if you
Darn
go
right
to,
we are.
Go to the website, ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com, and you got 3 codes. You can put Bill, and the $5 of your fee will go to the White Cane Foundation.
White Cane, who we had on the air with us.
And what do they do exactly?
Clothing. They're clothing for people that need bonus clothing for youth.
Yes.
For youth, that's right.
Yes.
If you put SIP, S-I-P, that will go to Cedars, of course, helping
Great.
underprivileged kids as well.
Great also.
At 68th and Pioneers. And if you put in Jake, you go to the We Can Do This Foundation, helping feed hungry kids on the weekend.
We can do it.
Yeah, Jake, J-A-K-E. Yes.
Yes.
So put any of those codes. $5 will go to the charity
that
you
helps.
put for that. So
How about Vinny doing that?
Vinny's
How
a
about
good
Vinny?
guy.
Thank you, Vinny.
The show begins Black Friday. It goes through New Year's Eve.
Let's get signed
And I'm
up.
telling you, this is one of the biggest shows in the entire country.
Yeah.
Jeez.
2 million lights. You don't want to miss
In
this.
Lincoln.
Christmas lights in Lincoln.com. Please
Sandhills
check it out
Global.
today. Yep.
The setup out there is incredible.
84th and half. Check it out today. When we come back,
The Peds will be out there.
they will. It's a wild card Wednesday and Bills Thrills next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been told by your physician that your testosterone level is fine, but you don't feel fine? Get a second opinion. If your testosterone level is 200, 350, even 500, and you still have symptoms, come to Limitless Male. We treat the person and the symptoms, not the number. Our mission is for you to feel optimal again. So if you're tired all the time, no energy, brain fog, muscle loss, nothing left in the tank, get your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BuschFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
General Fire and Safety has been keeping Lincoln businesses and commercial structures safe for more than 50 years. From a simple fire extinguisher to full fire suppression systems, Lincoln has trusted General Fire and Safety to provide top-of-the-line products, installation, and maintenance. If you're starting a new business in a brand new building, call on General Fire and Safety to help you plan a fire safety system that fits the specific needs of your business, employees, and customers. Call General Fire and Safety today at 402-261-0116.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sip, would you take a peek at what Bill's hat says, please?
First rate ag.
First rate
logo.
First rate ag
First
and
rate.
Holdridge is a full service ag retailer.
Is it
offering
half service?
everything. No.
Is it 3/4 service?
It's full service.
That's exactly right. Thank you.
Crop protection, lawn fertilizer. They've been in business for 26 years. Please reach out at firstrateag.com or call them at 308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris and mention the ticket. And tomorrow is Conference Call Thursday.
Conference call Thursday tomorrow, and we're going to talk more lawns tomorrow.
Really?
We're talking lawns.
First rate?
First rate like that. There's some things you want to get down your lawn yet this fall for protection.
Really?
And so I'm going to bring that up on air after my conference call.
I'll bring it up on
lawn
Friday.
They do lawn care also. Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I've bought product from them. Yes.
First rate ag.
First rate. Well, think about it. First rate ag. This answers everything.
It's what they do.
Yes, and they also serve incredible food out there at the farm. So very happy.
Get the holder today.
Absolutely. What's going on, Jake?
It's time for a Wednesday edition of Bill's Thrills. Let's
do this.
Get up.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it gonna be a bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today. Bill, what do you have for a Wild Card Wednesday today?
Well, I tell you what, I'm looking forward to stopping by. Every Friday I stop by and see those guys at the advisors, Mid-Plains Advisor, because they have cash. You just whip in there and they just hand you a little shoebox full of money. That's what your investments made that week, and they just hand them to you. And it's nice. It's just nice. And guess what I do for it? Nothing. Free money. It's incredible. Stop by and see those guys. It's unreal.
Interesting.
I went with the headline.
You did?
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Good.
Don't dally, start a rally. Don't dally, start a rally. This is from the garage last night. Yes.
You don't hear dally very often.
No. In our generation, you did more.
I've never heard it before.
His dad, Bill's dad, told him to stop dallying.
Okay.
He did. My dad did.
Absolutely. These coaches who were in a pickle and they rallied. They didn't dally. They started a rally. Let's start with Baylor. They lose one of the most horrific games ever on a screwed up, which I went in great detail on the air that made on the Hail Mary that got Colorado, which puts Colorado right now.
Bad.
Prime would not be in the same spot if they just do what they're supposed to do, and they don't. They're done. They're fired. Aranda's out.
That's what we thought.
Absolutely. They've won 4 in a row. I'm just going to talk to you. When you go in to a building it's basically toxic, and somebody has to rally.
Who does
Somebody
it?
at that. Well, it starts from the head coach. and then your staff of how we're going to do this, what's going to happen. And then the big thing is just how you carry yourself in the building. When you see a kid walking by and it's like, how's it going? Okay. It's like, no, we got a plan. Here we go. They've won 4 in a row. They've done an unbelievable job. And they're scored. I think the last 4 games, they scored over 40 points in every game. Have not been great on defense, but they're much better. He's already retained and they're bowl eligible. Escalating. That thing was done. Imagine that.
The headline?
Baylor is at that. Don't dally, start a rally. That's what he does.
Baylor.
Florida, dead, done. Oh,
done
Napier,
in this room.
Done in just everywhere.
Napier's done.
What did you not see? The team never quit. The team kept playing. That's what the AD was like. Hang on now, because when things get toxic like that, then the team also you see a team just getting run out of the stadium. Never happened. Just remember, they may. I felt they could have easily won the game against Georgia if they don't lose their quarterback. Langway goes
20 all late.
It was 20 all late. But remember that they were playing so well, and they lose their quarterback. He's out. Well, they go to Texas the next game. They get blown out, but they play with their third string quarterback. Tell me what team wouldn't get blown out at Texas, their third string quarterback? None. So that doesn't even matter.
Right.
So then they come back against LSU and they beat them.
They win.
They come back in the swamp and
they rallied.
And the swamp was the swamp again. And it made it. It was brilliant.
They rallied.
Was brilliant how they rallied. This is coaching at its best. It's not because in Indiana, unbelievable coaching job. It's not hard going to work every day. When you're 7-0, when you're the DB coach, hey, what's going on? Good day today, 8-0. Try coming in when you're 2-4, and then try and look at the schedule. You're going like, how do we beat LSU? What do we do? How's this stuff happen? This one's the most incredible one. The Fighting Bronco Mendenhalls at New Mexico. They lose their first game to an FCS school. They've rallied back. They just beat our number
Montana
8
State, right?
Yeah, they just beat number 18 ranked Washington State. They were 8-1. They've won 5.
Yep.
If they beat Hawaii, they're going to a bowl game. The first year at New Mexico. What do you do? Guess what else they did? They played the other games. They've got a couple losses by like a touchdown. They've played their tails off. He isn't, now he's, it's a little bit, I know, a little bit jaded, I guess, because he's a personal friend of mine. But what he's done at New Mexico,
you're biased.
Is biased.
Yeah.
Yes, not jaded. Biased. Thank you. Words. That's where you come in. Thank you.
The expert.
God, what a job he's done. They just beat Washington State at New Mexico. Can you imagine?
No, I know exactly.
Just
where
turn it
you're
around here. Go to Nebraska.
Right.
If 18 ranked Washington State came in here and we beat and we beat them, that'd be a big deal. He beat him with New Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. They were probably the worst team in Power 5 when he took over. I mean in Division 1. 134 teams. New Mexico is dead last.
They were bad.
They're dead. It's them and Kent State. And guess what? He's got them one game away. They have to go to Hawaii, and the chance of winning that's probably pretty good.
It's amazing coaching.
It is. It's the best coaching job going on right now because it is so hard to come into that building. We could go. Hey, you want to go a little honorable mention?
Yeah.
Kansas. They beat 2 ranked teams
100.
in a row. They beat 2 ranked teams in a row.
100.
Now
100.
Now Arrowhead. They got who's coming in? Colorado.
What if they could whip them? 3?
What if he does it? What if he beats 3 ranked teams in a row?
That game's at 2:30 on Saturday. And
they were 1-6.
Right. No.
They were 1-6.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't know if I'd be a better AD or head coach. Probably really good at either. Now, if
I can see it scheme-wise and fundraising. I see it.
Yeah, well, an AD
and then running the team.
I think my strength is picking coaches, and you're hitting on something that's really important in this day and age, because it's very even out there. You've made comments about it's like more like the NFL, where you got to kind of look at it like that. You need coaches that can do what your list is suggesting. Keep your team together, win even though you're losing.
So, and also you go back and look, what are they? Veteran coaches.
Right.
Veteran coaches.
You got to have coaches that can withstand adversity.
And you have to have veteran assistants.
Oh, 100.
You have to have veterans. That'd be like going, hang on, things aren't going that great. It's like, hang on. We can get this straightened out. What a job by Rutgers. 1-4, lost 4 in a row.
Schiano.
Just got run. They
left for dead.
Tell us the score of the Wisconsin game.
They lost 42-7. Rutgers lost 42-7. We left them for dead.
It's like OVER. Terrible looking
What happened
team.
to Schiano?
Well,
that's
over.
what we were saying. What happened to Schiano?
Then they won 2 in a row.
Yep.
Then they won. Then they won 2. Minnesota comes in there. Minnesota was like, oh, Minnesota's going to beat them bad. No, they didn't.
Great
example. Then they go to Maryland. No, they didn't. They showed up. What a job. Held the team together. It is so hard to
Oh,
do.
and I'll give you an example of Schiano. He was asked at the podium, it was 3 games ago, I think, about the importance of getting to a bowl. You know what he said? Fascinating. I don't care. I'm not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
Why would I be thinking about a bowl game? I'm only thinking about this opponent.
So
All due respect, he goes, I'm not even thinking about it.
There wasn't a big, all right, that we came up with, like, no, get better. Is he a veteran coach?
Oh, Schiano? Yes, he's our age.
Yeah,
he's our age.
Veteran, and he's got a bunch of veteran dudes walk.
Yep.
It is this is the hardest thing to do in coaching. The hardest thing to do in coaching is to keep your team together when the wins don't add up.
Right.
That's the hardest thing there
Nebraska's
is to do.
going through it right now.
It's so hard to do. Keep your team together.
Yep.
When that, because anybody else get that, it's easy when you're rolling. Oregon going to work right now, it's fun.
Do you know why?
It's fun to roll in there.
We're number 1, baby.
You know what Rick Kaczynski always used to say? Football is not fun when you're losing.
Yes.
Football's fun when you're winning.
Yeah, you want to have fun? People, hey, well, yeah, hey, you want to have fun? Here's one way to have fun.
Football's
Win.
not an
Win.
easy sport.
No.
You got to get up and practice in the cold. And when you're not winning, it's not fun.
It's way different. I talked to somebody the other day about football. I said, here's the deal. I said, you play basketball, you go out and you get beat by 40. It's like, get in your car and go home. Did you get knocked down a bunch? Not really. Shot some threes, went in like that. Baseball got beat 13-0 like that. Yeah, I was up 3. I didn't. Yeah, I got a single and struck out twice, and they hit 1 ball to me. And then I got in my car and went home. In football, they beat the crap out of you.
Get the crap
and they
beat
do
out
it
of
in practice.
And they do it in
you
practice.
have to do it in practice. And in the game, people knock you down. Can I throw one side note in that has nothing to do with my Bills thrills?
Please.
I think it was fun. FAU fired Tom Herman.
Yeah, fired Herman.
Temple fired is it Stan Drayton, I believe.
Yep. Is that right?
Temple like that. That's who played each other last week. Both coaches got fired. Even the winning coach got fired. Temple won in overtime and he got fired. FAU.
Herman.
Yeah.
What happened to Herman?
Have you ever seen it where they played a game
No.
and both coaches got fired the next day during the season?
Nope.
Never happened.
It's interesting.
I believe I saw all 4 of these schools with the last name Owls have lost their head coaches this year.
All the Owls are done.
That's Rice, Temple, FAU, and Kennesaw State.
All the Owls.
All have
The
fired
Owls
their
are
head
out.
coaches.
Imagine this.
Year's
So it's
over.
like, imagine you won the game. It's like, okay, we got a chance. Nope, you got fired too.
Tom Herman once riding high as
high
Texas head coach.
As high as you could get. It's
And
hard.
now?
That's a big
It's really
fall.
hard. And
It is a big
And
fall.
what were they looking at? Probably what was the reason for the change? Here's what's odd. Now, I stick up for Herman and Biff Poggi, and Biff's a friend.
Yeah, Biff
obviously.
got let go too.
But you get the under 2 years.
Yeah.
But what they look at,
Yeah.
probably the most with these, what they look at is, are they holding their team together?
Yeah.
And that's probably what they look at the most. What do they see?
That's what you
how's
gotta look at.
practice? You have to look at. And
That's what I'm telling
if
you.
your team is still highly competitive, the hardest thing in coaching is, can you keep your team together when there's bad times?
Bill, the biggest takeaway in this conversation is for ADs. ADs out there, listen to the ticket.
Listen
to early break.
Stool.
You got to find a head coach that can do what Bill's Thrills was today. Hold a team together. Aranda was left for dead. He was left for dead in this room. We were talking. Oh, Aranda's going to be looking for a job. No, he's not looking for a job.
No.
He got re-signed. Napier, we left him for dead. Look for coaches where you can, and there's evidence. Bill just laid out pieces of evidence where they can hold a team together.
He had to hold it together through brutal. I mean, think about this. Aranda held it together on one of the worst losses. It's probably one of the worst losses of the season.
I remember you talking about
They've
it.
got Colorado beat.
And you got to go back to Waco and deal with that.
In the night games, they got home about 4 a.m. and they got to somehow come in front of the team. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to win the next 4. That's what we're going to do.
This is good life discussion too. You have bad days. You can't have 2 bad days. You just got to come back.
That is Bill's Thrills,
God
sponsored by
bless you.
Turk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plains Advisors. Let's
Thank
play
you.
the game
God
show.
bless you, Bill.
Give
That
us a
was
call
beautiful.
right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. You guys are getting 2-0 in the week, 43 and 34.
Someone
overall.
challenge us.
4-game win streak.
Someone please give us some.
So we never go away.
It'd be nice. It would be nice. We
We never go away.
Guess what? We've had some losing streaks.
Yes,
and
we
what do
have.
we do?
Keep
Keep coming. Hey, Jake. Next show. Let's do it.
Today's topic on a Wild Card Wednesday is famous Donalds.
Oh,
Donald Sutherland.
You think you're famous
Yes.
Donalds?
Yes.
Give us a call.
Oh, God.
The Don.
I hate these. I absolutely hate these.
Famous
5685. Shut
Don.
up, Simple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!"
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Nick Down Sip and Bill. In trivia today, our topic is famous Donalds. You guys, Bill is not happy with the topic. How about you feel about this?
I
only know two.
I know a lot.
Yeah.
Strangely confident in this. Bill, I'm confident. Don't worry. We'll be good.
Well, you have one of your favorite names that ever calls in, McLean.
Yeah, it's a great name.
McLean, how do you feel about famous Donald today?
We'll do it.
Okay.
All right, here we
give
go.
it a shot. Bill,
Here we go.
Lifeline
We're on a
for
4-game winning streak.
Yep, things are good right now
we're
for you
good.
guys.
We're good.
First question, I think this is a layup. We'll see if McLean feels the same way. McLean, what famous Donald is the Green Bay Packers' all-time leading receiver in yards?
Is it Donald Driver?
Brilliant! Donald
you had
Driver
that,
is
didn't you?
correct.
I got it.
7th round draft pick, Donald Driver.
Yeah.
All-time leading
It's
receiver.
Don and Donald.
I recruited his
It's
son.
Donald today.
Oh, Donald.
It's all Donald today.
Donald.
Oh, it's not Don. It's Donald.
There's no Dons today. All Donald
Okay,
today.
that changes a little bit, but go ahead.
Okay, Sip, first question down 1-0. What famous Donald was the co-founder and lead singer of Steely Dan?
Good God, Jake. Donald. I'll know it when you say it.
Yeah, I feel bad about it.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Donald, this lead singer
Of Steely Dan. Yep. Co-founder / lead singer. 5 seconds on.
Yeah, the two questions are equal.
I think people say this is a pretty easy
Really?
question out there. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. 5, 4.
Donald O'Keefe.
Not Donald O'Keefe. Do you want that one or not, McLean?
I do. I love Steely Dan. Donald Fagen.
Yep. That's easy. That's not that
I
hard.
still don't know it.
Donald
That's
Fagen
not that
is
hard.
correct. 2-0.
No, I should have
lead.
gotten
Still don't know it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I should have gotten
One
it.
game, Jake.
For the every time you
Yeah,
can't
it's
win
a
every
blast.
time. Hey,
It's a blast.
hey, McLean's having a
Yeah.
great time. He's
Yeah.
2-0.
This is awesome.
He's up
buddy.
2-0.
Thank you.
Bill, you
Can I
can't
do
win
the
every
game?
time.
Yeah.
You can't win every
I
time.
should have gotten that. It's not me. That's not me.
Okay. For the win. Last question, McLean, because Bill wants to win every game. What famous Donald is a longtime American businessman who also was the owner of the Clippers from 1981 to 2014?
Oh, I know this one. We're back in it. He won't know it.
He's got one of my favorite quotes of all time, Donald Sterling.
Oh, Brilliant. Crap.
3 questions were answered correctly out of 3.
I thought he would not
today.
get that. I didn't think he'd get Donald Sterling.
You nailed it.
McLean, well done. We'll get your bagels. Thanks for calling in and calling down the road.
McLean, you took it to us. It was bad.
Nice win today, McLean.
Thanks for feeding my family, Chip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
Feeding
You're
his family today.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Yes.
If we're feeding the family,
We're happy,
I'll
yeah.
take the
I
L.
think,
Yes,
I
you'll
think
take-
you guys would get the last question right. I
Oh,
really
thanks,
do.
Jake.
Let's race.
That's awesome.
Let's race.
Oh, I thought you'd get Donald
race.
Fagen right. I really did.
Let's race.
We'll race.
What famous Donald was both the youngest Secretary of Defense and the oldest Secretary of Defense?
Donald Cheney. Bam.
No, that'd be Dick Cheney. No.
All right.
Donald Cheney. That's one of the worst of all time. And he was also the vice president, not the Secretary of Defense.
I don't know who.
Donald Rumsfeld is his name.
Okay, Don Rumsfeld.
Right,
I wouldn't have got it.
And this is for Bill now. And this is a number here. So
Donald Cheney.
Dick Cheney. Bill,
Sorry.
Donald Driver played 14 seasons with the Packers, had 10,137 yards. How many career regular season touchdowns did he have in 14
Regular
seasons?
season.
Get your
Regular
calculator
season.
out.
14 seasons with the Packers.
Hang on. 14. 114.
Oh, I got to get my calculator out. Hold on. Just give me a second, Jake. It's only take a second.
Again, 14 seasons, Sip. 10,000 plus yards. How many touchdowns in 14
Oh,
seasons?
what'd you guess?
114.
Ooh, okay. I might go a little over. I'll go 126.
61. The most he had in
What
a year was
happened?
9.
What
I thought he had,
Touchdown passes are hard.
he had a lot. He had a lot of yards. I think the first 3 years he had 1 touchdown in each year.
Thomas Fedoni would agree.
Yeah, true.
Touchdown passes are hard. They're hard to get. They really are.
Well,
A lot
congrats
of
to
things happen.
McLean.
I would have never thought anywhere in that number. I thought, 90 to 100 wouldn't have shocked
By
me.
the way, the text line is upset you guys did not get Donald Fagen. They thought that was an easy question for
Yeah,
Donald.
I still don't get it. Yeah, I would never have got that.
I should
That doesn't
have.
bother me when there's one that you just like, I had no chance.
I should have got.
You should have got that one. The Spillover is next on Early Break in the Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
When he stops the game-winning goal with his nose. When your hand accidentally becomes the pot holder. When her bike takes her off-road and onto the sidewalk. That's where we come in. Walk into CHI Health Clinic Priority Care 7 days a week for urgent and minor care at primary care rates. Getting you back to better health is our priority. Find your location at chihealth.com/prioritycare.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Brown Shoe Fit has a Black Friday deal so good, it's available for 3 days. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit from November 29th through December 1st for 20% off everything store-wide. Brown's has all your favorite brands, plus Lincoln's largest selection of Uggs, which makes the perfect Christmas gift. And speaking of stocking stuffers, buy 3 Smart Wool socks, get 1 free during the extended Black Friday sale from November 29th through December 1st at Brown Shoe Fit, 6060 Q in Lincoln.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy, so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, lease a 2024 Ford F-150 for $395 per month. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1003769, $395 per month lease with 36 months with approved credit, 7,500 miles per year, $5,250 to assigning, no security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/30/24. See delivery details.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
This
Well, good morning, little brother.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the Spillover with AD, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. AD, good morning to you. Oh, hang on. Wrong mic. There you go.
Good morning,
Hello,
Jerry.
AD. There you are.
Good morning. Trying to
There
get my
you are.
hands warm still, man.
Hey, AD, who does Pittsburgh have this week? Are they off or not?
No, we play tomorrow night.
Oh, Thursday night football.
Cleveland.
Ooh, rivalry.
Yes. And Myles Garrett's already talking trash.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's odd for a guy that's 2-9 on the season
Yeah,
when Pittsburgh's 8-2.
And you know-
Bold move.
I like the way TJ Watt responded. He goes, you know what? I'm just trying to play for us to get a win. He did it classy. Did it the Pittsburgh way. Just stay above the fray.
The Pittsburgh way.
Why would a 2-win team ever be chirping at an 8-2 team?
That's Cleveland. Because it's Cleveland.
They're always the little dog trying to.
But I'm
into
sure
big
it's going.
dog.
But I'm sure it's going to be a slug match. I'm actually worried about the game tomorrow. I'm worried about it from the emotional hangover from beating Baltimore just
Probably
a few
fair.
days ago.
Probably
So
fair.
I think it's going to be a dogfight. I really do.
They ask a lot of those players to whip around and play on Thursday.
Yes,
That's a lot.
especially after the game that Steelers had on Sunday.
Yeah,
Very
against
emotional
the
game, very
Ravens.
physical game.
Jeez.
So yeah, I'm leery about this game tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's a good one, though.
Steelers and Browns tomorrow.
How do you watch that, Jake?
Amazon Prime, or you can listen here on the ticket. We have
Nice.
we have Thursday night football on these airwaves. 6:30 pregame show, 7:05, 7:10 kickoff. Browns, Steelers tomorrow.
Steelers.
Yeah, that's cool. That is a cool thing about the ticket. That those
We've
games
got
are
Sunday games. We've
I know.
got Saturday games. We've got Royals games in the baseball season. We've got basketball coming up here.
There's something really cool about listening to pro sports on radio.
I
Oh,
agree.
it
And
is.
college
It
sports
is.
too, both of them.
Yeah.
AD, your thoughts? Dana Holgorsen spoke for the first time yesterday as Nebraska's OC.
We have to talk to AD about
He was critical of Nebraska's perimeter blocking, saying it was quote embarrassing. He said it was quote embarrassing how they're operating, and he was just very blunt in general. Sip.
He told the guys that. He told the players that he said what he told them. You're big guys. You're fairly big guys. Why aren't you blocking on the perimeter? It's embarrassing. I was like, whoa. How would you react to that? You were a receiver.
Absolutely loved it.
Hmm.
Call it what it is. I'm not going to speak for anybody but myself, but I can only imagine there are certain receiver coaches that look at the effort that was shown prior to Saturday and literally wanted to rip their hair out. To be that big, but yet that lack of physicality was frustrating.
Really frustrating.
And it's been frustrating for 2 years, quite honestly. It's easy the offensive linemen are easy targets. The running backs are easy targets. Sometimes because of the camera view, you don't see the perimeter missed blocks. So you sometimes
Great point.
the eye in the sky doesn't lie, but the average fan, you don't get to see the perimeter blocks
No, you
much
don't.
because
You
by the
miss
time
it.
you miss it.
Yep.
But if you're tuned into that and as you watch the replays, it's been bad for a year and a half. I mean, that's just calling what it is. And I'm glad Holgorsen said what he said. And you know what? What did they do? They blocked better. It wasn't great on Saturday, but it was night and day difference as far as effort wise. And it shouldn't have taken that.
I'm cringing.
But especially when it's been brought up every single week
Every
at press
week.
conferences, the disappointment of perimeter blocking. If it's something that we never talked about, okay, whatever. But it is brought up every week. Every single week it was brought up.
Against Indiana, I literally about picked my TV up and threw it out the window. I was so pissed on one play.
Is that right?
Because there was guys that literally jogged to the perimeter. I'm just like, Coach Brown.
What do you mean jog?
Would have to have
before
a
the snap?
Oh, during the play, I mean, just not taking anybody out. You go back and look at, and I know people sometimes, we always say go back. Well, go look at okay, forget the 90s, forget the receivers in. Go look at go look at Georgia blocking. Go look at Indiana as far as that goes blocking. Go look at Oregon as far as they blocking. They're perimeter guys. They're headhunters. Jeez. And the play receiver, I think, is similar characteristics as a cornerback. You got to be a little cocky, a little bit of crazy. And you just got to go out there and it's just want to, you guys.
I know.
Blocking is seriously want to. And it's either a suggestion or it's a standard.
See, this is a troubling conversation. You know why? Because of what you said has been happening. Now, it's not a good look for, the current receivers coach, obviously, but even the head coach, it's not a good look for when he says that stuff.
When
Holgorsen says
you continue
that
to allow that.
Right.
It's a problem, and you still don't
never thought I'd see it at Nebraska. That's the thing. And we were
the blueprint for perimeter blocking for many years, especially under Coach Osborne and Coach Brown. When Coach Brown's hands was in there in some shape or form with receivers, he would literally get out.
There was a game, Jake,
you don't want to block, get out.
Sometimes you, like AD says, you don't notice receivers when they're not competing hard. There was a game against Missouri where it was when Shanley blocked that punt, Andrew. So that was 2000, whatever that was.
03 or 02, maybe.
Yeah, it was back while I could still watch the games on the sideline. I used to watch games from the sideline. Odd, because you didn't have to.
I didn't realize this.
There was still, Twitter wasn't as big. I didn't have to live tweet during the game. It was right at the end of. While you could still kind of do it. Yeah, I'd go down on sideline and watch entire games sometimes. And this game, I was struck by a Missouri receiver who was literally not playing. He was not playing.
Mind-boggling, isn't it?
It was mind-boggling. I thought, I'll never see that in Nebraska. But maybe I have a little bit. But he was, Jake, he was not trying. He was not running routes hard. He was, when he was away from the ball, he wasn't doing anything. And I was always struck by it. Like, how can that guy be out there? Why are you letting this happen?
It probably happens a lot more than you think, unfortunately, across all versions of sports, not just football, everywhere.
You tune in your top teams this weekend and watch them know. You will see some headhunters out there.
That's
the top teams you will see. That's why they have consistent running games, because those guys are downfield. It's like harvest season. They're just plowing guys.
Hammering away.
They're hammering guys away. It's want to.
Yeah, the best point you made was that often escapes the eye of the average fan. You don't, even when it's happening well, you don't really notice it.
Don't notice it.
Right. And then when it's happening poorly, you don't notice it.
And there's more space for those backs. Sometimes there's literally times of a 6-yard gain, a 4-yard gain could be 8 to 9 to 10 plus. If a receiver takes somebody to the ground, if they don't, if he does some half tail blocking, he'll just shove the receiver off and just go make the play.
Yep.
But it was demanded. It was demanded.
Interesting times.
Blinded over here,
Jake, you're gonna be looking like me after this segment, man. You get right into sun.
What do you mean by that?
He gonna be darker than AD over there.
The drive is next breath.
Jake, half-baked.
Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Swartzen. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer